Hello there, beautiful dear soul ones. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Chata, and in this video I'm going to share about my journey of motherhood, but really about conscious conception, my personal journey on conscious conception and conscious pregnancy. And in this video I'm just going to give a little bit of an overview of my story. So I wanted to make this video before I birth, and my birth date is just less than 2 weeks away. But I thought it would be nice to film this with the belly while I'm still in the whole pregnancy journey. So my little boy is called Artemis, who's coming through. And the story of my being a mother starts about 4 or 5 years ago, when I, at that time, was in Colombia, and I was basically a shaman's apprentice, and I was in the middle of the Amazon jungle taking plant medicine with the oldest shaman in whole of Colombia, who at that time was 107 years old. Yeah, 107 years old. And he was still walking and singing and stayed up with us all night, and he gave me blessings. And during that night I saw my children for the first time, a little boy and a little girl. And I was quite shocked at what I saw, and I didn't mention it to anybody, not even my boyfriend at the time, who was the son of the shaman. And but then he came up to me, he said, "Did you see them?" We saw our family. I was like, "Oh, he saw it too. Oh no." Because I never thought I would be a mother. I never thought that would be asked of me in this lifetime. And of course I've had a interesting childhood, which also gave me that mentality, I think, for a while. So that was the first time I met my children, little boy and a younger girl. Then about a while back, let's see, 6 months before my pregnancy, my higher sources came to me through a channeling, and they basically said that I am to be pregnant, that I can be pregnant, and I am to give birth to a boy and a girl, if I so wish. And they showed me who these two amazing souls are, who they were, who they're going to be, what they're going to do, how they're going to help people. And I was in such awe of their souls. I was blown away, and I was just very emotional when that happened, and I accepted to be a mother at that moment in time, because I was like, who am I to deny my higher sources to use my body as a portal for these two amazing souls to come in? Who am I? I'm someone who lives in service. And so if that's going to be asked of me, then I shall of course say yes. Even though when I did say yes, it took me 2 weeks to really integrate what I said yes to. I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. My whole life, I had the image that I would always be the auntie to all of my friends, that I would not have children. And so it was a big thing for me to say yes, but there was also no doubt in my mind. And the interesting thing is that all of my life, when I've seen astrologers or palm readers when I was younger, and they've always told me that I can choose whether I have children, yes or no. Not everybody has that. And if so, I can choose 2 or 3. And yeah, and if it's two, it'll be a boy and a girl. And I always got the same answer wherever I was in the world. And now it makes sense. So, when I accepted from my higher sources, okay, that's what I'm going to be doing. And they also gave me specific instruction. They told me that I'm supposed to sit on Mother Earth and connect with her, and connect the feminine within, and connect to the divine masculine Father Sky, bringing those into sacred union within myself, and doing a ceremony that I accept, bring in, and basically consummate these souls within my etheric or higher dimensional bodies. And they wanted me to do this ceremony, and they told me, you know the ceremony from other lifetimes. Just do the ceremony and do it as many times as you think you need, and that will, that will anchor it in. Then it's done, and then so it shall be. And that is what I did when at that time I was living in Thailand, and I went to the park there and connected with Mother Earth and did exactly that. It was very powerful and very beautiful, and it was a very big deal for someone who never thought she was going to go down this amazing road and journey of pregnancy and motherhood. Yeah. And did you know that there's some tribes out there in Africa still to the day that they sing and connect to the baby soul under a tree, and they sing their song and know their name and call that soul in, and that's when they are pregnant or are going to become pregnant. And then afterwards they will lay with their partner, and then the child will come in, and then everyone in the village will learn that song. And whenever the baby is unhappy or fell down or something, they will all sing his song that came to the mother under the tree. So that's also interesting, something I read. So after that, what happened? I was living in Thailand, and since that moment I started seeing my children all the time. They would be running around the apartment, they would be in bed with me, I would see their etheric beings, their souls. And it was very beautiful and powerful, and that was happening for a few months after I got this message. The other message I also received was that I still had about a year and a half before this would all happen. So that was pretty soon, but I was like, okay, I got a year to get my stuff together, that's fine, I can do that timeline. And yeah, I was seeing them pretty much daily. They were coming to me, both of my children. And then after a while, it was mainly the son. The son was stronger, and still the son, I could see more of his characteristics, more of his features, and the girl was a bit more vague, and she's also younger, and he's also going to be birthing first, so that makes sense. And yeah, and even just a few months later, I think I found this out in the July of 2018 is when I got this information in and accepted. June, July. And in October is when I truly when I got pregnant. And for October, ooh, little one's kicking a lot. Yeah. And when I had the love ceremony with my partner at the time, with the father of this child, it was in the morning, I remember very clearly, and we made beautiful love, and we actually lifted into a different dimension. That happens quite a lot with a good sexual partner for me. And we went back into a time that we were a king and queen. It was more like the King Arthur time, and it was a very special lovemaking and very psychedelic, but purely just through spirit. And afterwards, I remember going to the bathroom and thinking on the toilet whilst taking a pee, I think I can be pregnant now. And I've never thought that in my life ever before. So that was very interesting. And funnily enough, my partner, he thought the same thing after that time we lay together, but both of us, we didn't mention it. We didn't say anything to each other. So that was also very interesting. And also, a little later, I found out from some friends who go to a certain tantric school that in their lineage, on the 20th year of that tantric school, they learn the ceremony of, consummating and bringing in a high being through the portal of birth. That was also very interesting. Okay, that happened. I found out I was pregnant, and then of course I was seeing my children even more and more so. On the 8th week of my pregnancy, I found out when I was 7 weeks pregnant, so officially. On the 8th week, and that is usually when babies before 8 weeks are always girls, and then on the 8th week they could change gender to a boy. And exactly on the 8th week, my baby came to me, and I always knew months before I got pregnant that it would be he would tell me his name. My children would tell me their names. And he did. And he said, my name is Artemis. And so I knew from that moment that his name was Artemis. And that is also quite interesting because in Vedic astrology, for example, not only do we have a time, date, and place that we incarnate in this lifetime, which gives us the exact signature, characteristics, personality, look that we need to do our mission and what we're here to do, but also our name. Our name has been decided in the in-between life before we incarnate here by the child, and a lot of parents aren't fully aware that, when they get the names inspiration, it's really the spirit of their child telling them what their name is to be. So that's also interesting. Anyway, that's in my perspective and my truth, right? So, yeah. And from then I knew. Little baby Artemis. About 2 months later, he told me his full name. I thought that I had a blank piece of paper, and I was ready to go and write the paper full of different names, full names, and think about that, and get creative, put some time away, this will take an hour or so. And he just gave me his name straight away. No line, no crossing out whatsoever. And his name is Artemis Nicholas van den Akker. So that was also very beautiful. And throughout my whole pregnancy, we see each other every day. We connect. I connect to 4 versions of my baby Artemis, as he is right now growing. In meditation, we connect every morning. And then there is young baby, so he's about 4 years old. We connect a lot and speak a lot in meditation. And then I have met about, when I was 4 months pregnant, I met a young man, Artemis, who's in his early 20s. And we speak a lot. I actually have some beautiful drawings of him. And then I have Artemis's higher self. and he came in maybe just a couple of months ago. And so I connect with all 4 of these aspects or manifestations or versions of my baby, and so it's been really beautiful this whole pregnancy, getting to know his characteristics, what he likes and doesn't like, how he's going to be, what his needs are. I ask him every day, do you need more vitamin C or fruit, or what can I do that's in the highest and greatest good for you? And sometimes he wants some playtime, and sometimes he wants me to dance, or he wants me to relax, or he wants to eat a certain specific thing. So it's really beautiful to be able to start building that relationship up with the little one before he's born into the physical. And it's been really beautiful just seeing his energy and the amazing soul that he is. And since the beginning of the pregnancy, he's been my greatest teacher. I always say my father is my greatest teacher, because of the challenges that he has given me in this lifetime. And now he is not number 1 anymore. It's this little one. And this little one, Artemis, has been a major teacher for me already. And he is so smart and so conscious and so aware. It's quite humbling and honoring. I'm honored. So yeah, this has been a process of really getting to know him and his needs, and thus applying what I need to apply in my life so that I know and I can serve his wants and needs. And really, by being conscious with the whole pregnancy and listening to the body, the mind, the soul, to the collective consciousness of motherhood, and connecting to my little one throughout the whole pregnancy, I'm been able to be in a 9-month ceremony where I am going through a major rite of passage, a major change, and really letting go of what is not needed to bring into parenthood, and really embracing what is. It's been the best retreat of my life. The 9-month retreat, 9-month ceremony into motherhood. And every day I've been taking it as a university, a school, and tuning into it. And it's been the most amazing, incredible journey that I could have never expected. Never expected. When I was younger, I thought, oh my gosh, who wants to get pregnant? Are you crazy? You're just pooping out a basketball. And then it's a crying and shitting little thing. And then, it takes all your money and leaves, and that's all you got for it. And there are too many children I'm going to adopt anyways, if I would ever have it in my mind to have a baby. That was my perspective. And oh my gosh, for 9 months, because when I was younger I drank and all of these things, I can't party for 9 months, can't do this. It was the craziest thing. And now I can tell you already that this is the most amazing experience as a woman that I've ever gone through. And during this whole process, I've not thrown up once. I have not had intense back pain or nausea or all of those typical things. My ankles and my wrists have never bloated. I have never felt uncomfortable. Yes, I've been tired. There's moments I've been super tired because I've been integrating a huge soul into my body. But it's been an amazing ride, a beautiful ride, a fantastic ride. It's so much growth in such a short amount of time. My body growing, the baby growing, me growing as a person, growing from the maiden archetype to the mother archetype, growing and letting go of anything that doesn't serve me, and most of all going through this 9-month ceremony. It's really going from the noisy maiden to stillness, to quietness, to being so present and so here, and being able to see really what is important in life and where your priorities lie. And that was really it for my journey. It's been very incredible. And the funny thing is, if I would have spoken to myself who was not pregnant, and I would have told her right now, you know, the journey that I'm on, you're never going to understand it unless you're in it, and unless you feel it. And little cocky me before pregnancy would have said, yeah, sure, I could imagine, it's not interesting. But truly, as soon as I was pregnant and everything changed and I was present and conscious with every step of it, I could have never in my life imagined what this journey is bringing. And I haven't even started yet. I haven't even given birth yet. I haven't even finished the whole journey yet. It's absolutely incredible. And the reason I'm sharing this story is also like, we have choices. Some of us make the choice to have children before we incarnate. I can make it during this lifetime. And not everyone has that per se. But, you know, we are creators. We get to choose. And we can be unconscious in this process and just go by the motions of the day, or we can really be present and conscious with this and claim back our power as a woman, you know? Because in a lot of Western societies, we're pregnant. We're still working, we're still busy, we're still doing everything. We have to live in this masculine world where it's like, yeah, powerful woman, pregnant and still doing her stuff. But really, it shouldn't be a luxury to allow yourself to be fully in the process and ceremony of pregnancy. To either be fully not having to work or having any pressures of sort of money pressures or work pressures, and also just being able to really go into it, really just be there, not something that just happened to you. And once you go through all of those processes, I realize the whole 9 months, it prepares you. It prepares you exactly for everything that you need, body, mental, and spirit, or soul-wise, to be a mother. And you can connect to all of that wisdom. But in Western society, that's also taken away from us. Also, when we left the tribe, you know, there used to be all these mothers with all their wisdoms, and if someone would be pregnant, you would have that around you. And that isn't always so anymore. So what I'd really love to see in the world is women not just reclaiming their expression and their self and their soul and their power of the womb and their love and compassion and balancing out their masculine and feminine side, but I would love to see women being conscious in their pregnancies and reclaiming their womb in a creative way, reclaiming their intuition, their knowing, reclaiming their magic, if you will. And we can have a very conscious, if we choose to and want to be present with it, a conscious pregnancy, a conscious conception, and conscious motherhood. For those who want to. Don't have to. But I believe if we are, my personal belief is the children who are coming through, they are already perfect as they are. They are amazing souls, and their body is just a little delicate when they come in. And us as parents, we're just here to guide them. A little bit from left to right. Oh, not too much to the left, not much to the right. Okay, burn your hand a couple of times, but watch out. And that's all, because they already know. They're already amazing. They're already way more conscious than anything I will ever be in this lifetime. They're bringing in new consciousness, new information. They are our greatest teachers. And we don't need to teach them anything. We just guide them. That's all our job. Just guiding them with love, making sure we just, you know, have a somewhat safe container. Not too safe and not over protecting them, but just a helping hand so that they can already be who they already are. That's all. And the old paradigm was like, I have to make my child and discipline him, and it's like training a dog. We're not training dogs here. We're bringing in beautiful, amazing light beings with high consciousness into this world, and then we're training them like some idiot. It's like being a dog trainer. It's also not nice for the dogs. So for me, in my perspective, that is my role here as a guide. An honor as a woman, being a portal for an amazing soul and another soul coming soon, and just guiding them the best way that I can, and knowing that, not putting all of my stuff and my stories on them. And that's what I've been clearing for the last 8.5 months. Yeah. That's what we are, gateways. Gateways, it's an honor to be a gateway for a soul to come in. And that soul is its own being. I have no claim on this soul. This soul is his own total being. Yes, in my perspective, I am the physical mother. But truly, in my perspective, the true mother of the child is divine feminine. The woman aspect. The male is the male aspect. And they came through, and those energies came through me to birth this. And yes, in this physical 3D realm, I may be the official mother on the birth certificate, but I don't claim that position. I will never ask my child that he has some responsibility towards me, because I do this out of I do this out of love. I chose to do this. And he doesn't owe me anything. And he's a free being, a sovereign being, to be exactly who he is. And I will always support him being whatever he wants to be, whatever he already is. That's the best thing that I can do, in my view, in my journey, my personal story. Yes. So I think I will also be making a similar video for afterbirth, and then you can see the before and after. Artemis, wave to everybody. And I'll definitely make some other videos where I go into depth about the 3 trimesters and how they relate to the maiden, the queen, and the wise woman archetype, and all the things that we're able to release. I also want to talk about the information that I've been given through my higher guides, how the soul incarnates and what steps they take. So I'll be making a little series of this. Maybe you're already watching it, and it is a series. I just wanted to make sure that I filmed some of this while I was still pregnant. Anything else I want to mention? Yeah, so the big surprise for me was the timeline that they had shown me, that I would get the babies in I would have about a year and a half, and that was pretty calming. But then timelines change, and within, 4 months, I was pregnant, and it has been incredible. And if you're pregnant and you're being with it truly, you're bringing another soul here. There's more karma here, and everything's going to be fine. Universe is going to help you incarnate a new soul into this world. So know that and trust that. And most of all, for women, just to trust their intuition, their body, get to know yourself, get to know your child, and you get to know life. Okay, thank you for taking the time to watch this and be interested in my story. I send you all so much love. Have a beautiful day. Bye.